Anti-Camia again. Here's another killer. Here's another killer, everyone, that sits by Hook.
So this is just a custom game, but I hooked, as you see in a second, I hooked guy here at the back, as you see in the previous clip. And this is what I did after hooking him. I teleported away. I went over and I found a survivor here, an 11, I'm pretty sure. And I chased her around here. And somehow I gave him anti-camp while being all the way over here, and basement being all the way over there. I figured out that there's actually an anti-camp range of 32 meters. So that's what explains that, but I was not close enough for anti-camp and any complaints about it. It wasn't my fault. Trust me.
Look, he's still sitting by Hook. Look at him.
This is totally the back one, but yeah, after I somehow gave him anti-camp, he decided to unhook his teammate. And if you've ever played Dredge on that map, you would know that the range, or where the walkers are, they're right next, they're way nearby. So I just teleported back there and knew he didn't have any endurance because he unhooked someone and just smacked them. And then he blames me for camping while actively not camping, and he could clearly see that I was after someone, and I left. And I teleported back and hit him, and he said I was camping. So this guy needs to learn the definition of camping, especially in Night Side, which is just a funny, goofy game mode. You shouldn't take it too seriously, especially when playing Dredge. But yeah, that's the first chase, and what happened the second time.
What do you reckon their excuses? I felt threatened. I was losing the game. Twice. Anti-camp I got. Twice. You only get 2 hooks. Third one you're dead. I got 2 anti-camps.
And then after he gets unhooked by anti-camp again, because I was chasing the survivor near the board. It was near the shack side, near the boards and such. Basically, it was close by. I was chasing the survivor just outside the building, and he got anti-camp again for some reason. And so as you're gonna go be another camping killer, well actively not camping. And I smack him once to give him a turn just so then he has to mend before going back. And then after that I went and killed like one or two. I hooked one teammate and I killed the other. And then after it's just him and himself, and I'll explain a little bit more after that, and maybe not. Basically, there's two people alive. Him, a Death Hook, and his teammate, I believe, first 68, and he just gives up. He throws on the pallets and keeps on vaulting to make a loud noise notification, and which told me he was there. And so I went over, downed him and hooked him. And then he said he hoped I came to his chat, which mind you was a verified only chat. And I had to fucking provide evidence for something I couldn't. But he got a little angry because of being camped in a mode where they got buffed. So yeah, kind of funny.
I hope this killer comes in. I hope this killer comes in. I want to ask how I managed to get 2 anti-camps. I want to hear that response.
I just had to say something because it was funny. Him again angry because I hooked him and got anti-camp for some stupid reason. Because the Night Sight, I don't know if I mentioned before, but Night Sight has a anti-camp meter of 32 meters for some god-awful reason. So anti-camp can be freaking a terrorist away. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. And, yeah. So we got angry for no apparent reason. So then, yeah. So he says, as I mentioned before, that he would love to hear my reaction, and says I'll make excuses like, oh, I was losing the game or stuff like that. Even though, as you can see, I have 2 people with Death Hook and 2 other people at, I believe, first 16. So I was definitely not losing, or at least not that badly. And a little bit later, as seen, I hooked his teammate on Death Hook, and he died, was sacrificed. And then I got the other guy, and he died, and then he gave up at the end, as you've seen there. And so I went over and hooked him, and then the other guy got hatched. Very lucky though. So yeah, I know this is pretty crap because I'm not like doing what other people do and just doing normal clips, but this is my second time, first time, so forgive me. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Anyway, follow this first units are perfect, and I hope you laughed as much as I did.